How you been, Julie?
Good. How about you?
Very good. Very good. Everybody's doing fine out there.
Everybody's staying healthy?
Everybody's staying healthy.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be surprised how hard Chris works. You'd be surprised out there. That yard is absolutely something worth, I think, Lottery Magazine or something. She works.
Is it? I need to get out there.
You ought to go see her. Oh, absolutely.
Been there. I guess that's hybrid, right? I know. It seems like I've been running every night. My son's going to Washington, and he's going to have a meeting out there today. His final plan is to anyway, I think the guys do things like that. So that's what he makes.
We'll call down there because he was supposed to be, we call it, he was supposed to be his, what do you call it? Person's gadget. There's an 8 or less. She's not afraid to Oh, I was like, at your house? Because I mean, well, that's good. Yeah, good for her. Well, she's so healthy and getting around and living by herself. Good for her. It is. Maybe it doesn't have
How many people get paid right now?
Everybody's gone.
They can send this thing to
I just think I feel lots of people right? Then I get down here.
this thing here.
How many people get back and selfies? I should have thought instead of all this stuff. I was like, right down so you can I'm sitting here. She probably I agree. I just can't. Oh, I'm good. I'm good.
We have two proclamations to adopt. Patty Sandberg, Department of Child Support Services, and Dave Sandberg, Health and Social Services. We have a motion to adopt them two proclamations. It was probably, we can do both in one motion. Second.
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Okay. I think we're still waiting to get one.
It's here.
Oh, we got it. Okay, I swear I've been kind of stalled. We had a mistake on one of them, we had to get it fixed. So. Okay, who's first? Patty, I think. Yeah, come on, you come up here and get your picture taken. See if I can get through this. Okay, proclamation in honor of Patty Sandbrook on the retirement from the Department of Child Support Services. Whereas Patty Sandbrook began her employment on March 1st, 2010 as a Child Support Specialist 2, a position she held until her retirement on May 3rd, 2015, and whereas Patty Sandbrook managed general caseload consisting of child support, legal action, and the establishment supports the and collection of child support payment obligations based on established guidelines. She viewed federal, state, she applied federal, state, and local codes, procedures, and rules in establishing and processing child support cases. And whereas Patty Sandbrook has been a key member of the DCSS team and should be very proud of the services she has provided to the child support family. She was the first to help out when needed and will be missed by the DCSS staff. Congratulations, Patty, on a job well done. Whereas Patty Sandbrook was the department's teaching person, and the DCSS staff is unsure how to be able to operate the postage machine from the machine without her.
That's a serious.
That's not a joke, huh? Now therefore be resolved by the Board of Supervisors of the County of Lassen that Patty Sandbrook be commended for over 5 years of service to the citizens of Lassen County, and that the Board of Supervisors wishes her well for many years to come. Congratulations. Anybody have anything to say good? Are we all good?
One more.
Okay, then Julie, take a picture.
Yeah, is perfect.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Motion to take Dave. I assume you guys have been wives?
Yes.
Okay. You're going to be ready to trust me, I know. You got a long one here, so bear with me. Proclamation in honor of Dave Sandberg on his retirement from Lassen County Health and Social Services. Whereas Dave Sandberg began his employment with the Lassen County Health and Social Services Community Social Services Department as an integrated caseworker 1 on August 8, 2005. He was later promoted to integrated caseworker 2, a position he held until his retirement on May 3, 2015. And whereas Dave Sandberg was responsible for managing and processing new intake applications and maintaining ongoing eligibility for those in need of our community, including welfare to work, assisting clientele in getting jobs, and ultimately off aid, therefore enhancing the individuals' and families' quality of life. And whereas David Sandberg is a very creative and willing to assist both clients and co-workers in meeting their needs. It's been a pleasure working with Dave, and he'll be missed for his famous stories and quirky sense of humor. Whatever that means. David's most memorable moments during his employment were his fun, interesting facts and his vacation adventure sharing. Dave is quite adventurous and loves the outdoors well, almost as much as his grandchildren and family. He always came up with something to puzzle your mind and would approach you saying, "Did you know?" Then go on with his story. Last but not least, Dave is an avid bike rider, and he sets out to explore the trails, riding them every year, conquering new ones as he discovers them. A group of us got together some years ago and took the Biz Johnson shuttle bus with our bikes to ride from Westwood to Susanville, 21 miles. All of us are laid back in casual dress, and a few snacks, and Dave is prepared from head to toe, from helmet to bike repair supplies. It's a good thing because after taking a break at Devil's Corral, we began to head out, and Dave had a flat. LOL. Therefore, be it resolved by the Board of Supervisors of the County of Lassen that Dave Sandberg be commended for over 9 years of service to Lassen County, and the Board of Supervisors wishes him well for many years to come. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Anybody wish to say anything? Good, bad, or ugly?
I'd just like to wish Dave Betty all the best in their retirement, and I hope they travel a lot. Enjoy life.
Thank you both.
And you have a lot of bike trails to ride now. They do.
You got a lot of time to ride them, huh?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
I just want to also say thank you, Dave, for all of the years. And we started out together, actually sat right across from one another. And one of the things that I always respected about Dave was the way that he treated with respect everyone that came into the office, got back to them, and looked for every single way that he could to help them. Always creative, always funny, and we're really going to miss you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. Okay, next we have here the 10-year award to Lester Ruda. Love it, they're at Lester. Thank you, congratulations. In appreciation for your 10 years of employment with the County of Lassen, we, the Lassen County Board of Supervisors, would like to take this opportunity to present you with this certificate of recognition and thank you for your time, effort, and commitment. Thank you, Dave. With that and a pencil, or there it goes. Got it? Thank you.
I would like to say that Lester has done an amazing job with our department, and there is no job that is too big or too small for Lester. He comes to work every day, and he always has a smile on his face. He always has a good word to say. He's never stressed out. He always tells us to just relax. It's okay. Everything will be all right. He takes care of our foster youth services grant. He's a mentor to all of our youth who are transitioning from group homes back into the communities. He plans all of our foster youth services summits that we have. Lester takes care of all of our vehicles, all of our maintenance needs. If there's anything, we always go to Lester. He's an interpreter for the courts. He's a leader within his community, and we definitely really appreciate everything that you do on a daily basis. So thank you for being so amazing, Lester.
If I may,
Yes, you may, Mr. Burns.
he doesn't work in any department I've ever worked in, but I did have a number of interactions with Mr. Ruda in my previous capacity. And I think it's important to note Lester's contribution. As the department head made note some moments ago of his leadership in the Palawan community in particular. We have a fairly significant Palawan community here, and Lester many times serves as a contact person for folks in the Palawan community with government, either with the probation department or other justice partners. And I, for one, had contact with Lester. With some folks that weren't necessarily accustomed to our justice system in the past years, and it was very valuable, and he made a significant contribution, and I think it's worthy of recognition, so thank you, Lester.
Anybody else? Okay. Next we got Derek Needley. 15 years here with Dirk. Right here, yeah, so we can get your picture. We want to recognize Dirk in appreciation for your 15 years of employment with the County of Lassen. We, the Lassen County Board of Supervisors, would like to take this opportunity to present you with this certificate of recognition and thank you for your time, effort, and commitment. Thank you. Thank you.
You got that.
Okay, Larry?
Yes, Dirk's part of our District 2 Susanville crew. Of course, he does everything, but he's probably most noted that he's kind of oversees our traffic control for all our projects. Does a great job. Thanks a lot, Dirk.
Thank you, Larry. Anybody else?
Kind of hard to miss him when he's out
there on the road.
You still try to run over you.
Okay, we got a big one here. 30 years, you must be an old timer.
I must be.
Come on up here, Larry. We have Mr. Navarre here in appreciation for your 30 years of employment with the County of Lassen. We, Lassen County Board of Supervisors, would like to take this opportunity to present you with a certificate of recognition and thank you for your time, efforts, and commitment. 30 years, Larry. Thank you. You get the 30-year jacket. Are we good?
Mr. Chairman,
I'd
I'd just like to take a minute to congratulate Larry on his 30 years. It's an awful long time to be involved in organization. I appreciate all his hard work. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, Bob.
Yeah, I'd like to. There's a lot of stuff, but I'm gonna. Anyway, I'd like to thank Larry for basically keeps the money flowing. Make sure we have money for projects, equipment, those kind of things. He does a good job, and I appreciate him keeping us working. So, thank you, Larry.
Well, thank you, Larry. Anybody else? Thank you, Larry. Okay. We're out on time, aren't we? For 11:15, coming up here in about 30 seconds. I better wait here. Okay, 11:15, we'll open our public hearing at 11:15, Planning and Building Services Department, Walsh Family Trust. Leland?
Thank you, Chairman Pyle. Supervisors, Dave Ward, Assistant Director of the Planning and Building Services Department. So, what we have is a public hearing for negative declaration number 2013-024, General Plan Amendment number 765.01.32, subdivision number 2013-024, and rezone number 2013-024, Walsh Family Trust. Proposed general plan amendment, rezone, and division of a parcel totaling 302 acres into a total of 4 parcels and a 264-acre remainder. Proposed parcel A is 20 acres. Proposed parcel B is 5 acres. Proposed parcel C is 6.5 acres. And parcel D is also 6.5 acres. The project proponent proposes to change the zoning and general plan designation boundaries to facilitate the proposed subdivision. The project site is located at 546, 675 Old Highway Road, County Road 407, about approximately 0.4 miles west of the intersection of Old Highway Road and Pittville Bench Road, and we have a graphic which we'll bring up in a moment. The actions requested are 1, to receive the Planning Commission Resolution number 3-02-15, 2, to conduct a public hearing pursuant to Government Code Section 65355 and County Code Section 18.124050, 3, consider the proposed negative declaration, 4, approve the general plan land use designation amendment, and 5, introduce and adopt by title only the ordinance implementing the rezone. 6, adopt a resolution conditionally approving the subdivision. So, at its March 4th meeting, the Planning Commission conducted a public hearing for the above project. They adopted resolution number 30215. It's in your packet, recommending approval. It's on page 13 of your packet. So the things that are in your packet here are a draft resolution for consideration by the board, a draft ordinance for consideration by the board, as I said, the Planning Commission resolution, and the Planning Commission packet and their minutes. So I'd like to, before I go over the action items, the ordinance and the rezone that the board is considering, I'd like to briefly just mention a couple things on the staff report. Planning Commission staff report is in the back. It starts at 1 of 122, and we'll have a graphic up here momentarily. But the zoning is convoluted. It has multiple zoning districts, and that will be really represented when the graphic comes up. And it's also in the packet, actually. If you look at that and towards the front. Page, I believe. So on page 31 of 122, it shows the existing zoning, and you can see that the lines are kind of everywhere. And we have ordinance. I also have ordinance 467 A215. I think it was adopted in '87. And you can kind of see, as you can see, there's lines everywhere, and this is a large parcel, so it has a lot of different zoning districts. It was hard for the applicants to work with. They came to us, and they wanted to develop some parcels on their land, and we kind of went over the options with them, and ultimately they determined to submit the applications that are before you, versus trying to work within these various zoning districts that they have. And I see that it is up, and that is the existing zoning. So you'll see that's all the color there is the parcel, the septic parcel. And as you can see, there are a lot of zoning districts, and when you have a project and you're trying to create a couple parcels, it's hard to kind of determine exactly what you have. So, and then the proposed zoning map, you can bring that up, if you would. And this is what they're proposing to go to, which I'll talk about. But basically, the A3NH80 is the northern part of the parcel. A2B20 is immediately north of Old Highway Road, and A2B5 south of the road. That is the same parcel, even though it crosses the road.
What's the green again?
The green is A2B20, agricultural residential, 20-acre building site combining district.
And the pink?
The pink is A3, agricultural district, natural habitat, 80-acre natural habitat combining district. So it reduced it down to 3 zoning districts versus all the ones that it had. So I have some pictures too. I'd just like to briefly go over, just because they're so poor in the packet. Hopefully this is the last packet that will be like this. We have a new nice copier now that does a lot better job. But I wanted to just call out a few of them since they're very poor in the packet. Photograph number 1. This is taken from the driveway on the remainder, looking north to the Walsh residence, barn, and outbuildings. And Matt can scroll through them, and you can stop me at any point. I'm just going to point a couple out. Photograph number 4 is looking southwesterly across parcels C and D. Photograph number 7 is looking southeasterly across parcels C and D. And photograph 11 is looking south along the driveway to the manufactured home on parcel B. I'm sorry? Oh, sorry. So you're on 5. Keep going, Matt.
That's a lot.
Yeah, so there we go. And then photograph 13 is taken from the driveway on parcel A, looking at the residence. So we'll pull that out. And 14 is also of the residence on parcel A. So those are some of the photographs. The staff report, the Planning Commission staff report, and the initial study for the project provide a lot more detail on the natural habitat and improvements on the parcel. If there's any questions on any of that, certainly let me know, please. So with that, if there's no questions there on that part, I'll go back to the action items before the Board of Supervisors. the applicants have proposed 4 parcels and a remainder, as we said in the opening remarks. And, so, I'm sorry?
Asking him to scroll down just a little.
Okay. So 4 parcels and a remainder, as I said, the sizes are 2 6.5 acre parcels south of the road and a 20 acre parcel and a 5 acre parcel also south of the road. So in your packet is a resolution, first of all, with the Board of Supervisors. It would approve the negative declaration, rezone, and tentative subdivision map number 2013-024 and general fund amendment number 765.01.32, and adopting an ordinance affecting the rezone for the Walsh Family Trust. And so you have that proposed resolution. I just wanted to point out a couple things. Number 2, section 2 says you concur with the Planning Commission. The Planning Commission resolution is on, I think I said page 13 of the packet. C and D of section 2 say that it isn't going to cause substantial environmental damage, including impact to fish and or wildlife and their habitat. That is supported by the negative declaration that was prepared for the project and circulated for the project, and it's presented for consideration by the board. And also, the project will not adversely affect the health, welfare, and safety of the public. Number 3 is the board adopts the Technical Advisory Committee findings to the March 4th, 2014 Planning Commission packet. So those are on, starting on page 8 of 122, I'm sorry, 7 of 122. And they start with the planning findings, and they go on to the planning recommended conditions. Those were adopted or recommended for adoption by the TAC, and then the Planning Commission concurred with that recommendation. The negative declaration is also presented for consideration. That's on page 2 of 122. It's been circulated, and it's action ready. The initial study that backs that up is on the following page, on page 23 of 122. And we've gotten all the necessary clearances as far as the state clearinghouse and the Office of Planning and Research. On page 116 is the clearinghouse notice saying, yep, you've given us what you need to give us. We've given it to responsible agencies and trustee agencies. And then Exhibit B, Exhibit A is the proposed zoning, and then Exhibit B is the conditions of approval that were recommended by the Technical Advisory Committee and also recommended by the Planning Commission in their resolution. Then on page 10 is the proposed ordinance for consideration, and that would do the things we've talked about. It would have the zoning that's up there, the A2B5, although that says 40 there, and it's not supposed to. So this is I would like to correct that on NSC's map, and we'll just note that they proposed A2B5 because they proposed 3 parcels to be created there, and if you look later, you'll see the tentative subdivision map is in the tentative map is on page 30 of 122, and it shows the 3 parcels there, and that's meant to be A2B5, and so that is a typo that appears there. And page 13, as I said, is the Planning Commission resolution recommending approval. It's a big packet. There's a lot that had to happen as far as noticing to various groups, and I'm happy to answer any questions the board might have.
We'll crush it up from the board on the staff report.
I got a question for you, just for a little bit of clarification and education. How is this different from the project we saw last week as far as the cluster?
Well, the project last week didn't propose a rezone and a general plan amendment. It proposed to operate within the existing zoning and to have a project that operated within the zoning. This is a larger project or parcel. It's more rural. There's not as many. There's a